Ready? All right. All right. Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I am Mike.
So today, I'm very excited to try this one. So today we did, if you go back to the Jim Beam one, Jim Beam used to be called Old Tub back in the day when they first started making it. They used to have people go to their place with a jug and they would fill up their own jug and leave it. And then when they actually made it for consumption so they could sell, they named it Old Tub. Then it eventually got turned over, I forget what year it was, into Jim Beam. But they had the Old Tub for sale at the distillery, but you could only buy the 375 or 350 milliliter bottles, but you only could get it at the distillery. So now, in order to bring it back, they now produce it into the 750 milliliter, and they have it out for mass consumption. They're actually selling it. So,
Just 750?
I believe so. I don't think it goes any higher than the 750 in size. But it is, it's supposedly out for a limited time. I came out approximately, I started seeing people about a year ago when people started saying it actually came out for done. So it's actually got its name supposedly over the large mash tubs that they used to cook and mix and hand stir the thing back in the day. That's why they called it the Old Tub, because they actually made it in these big mash bin tubs, probably. But their claim to fame, it's like back in the Prohibition time. So it doesn't have non-chilled filtered, it's non-carbon filtered, it's bottled in bond, 100 proof. So
went through grandma's little scrubber.
Pretty much back in the day. Oh, and it's got a cork, and it's in there. We're gonna get a pop, I think. And we got a good one. So I'm kind of excited to try this one because I did love the Beam when we had it, and I figured we could actually compare to see if we have any questions.
We really not hated too many.
No, honestly, we were talking about that last night, that there really hasn't been.
For being the low end, it is kind of funny. And maybe as we get to the higher ends, we'll say, no, I guess they do kind of suck. But right now, I don't really find any of them really unbearable.
No, and again, I said I've drank the plastic bottles, 10 High and all of them for years and years, and I was content. And don't get me wrong, there is a big difference between 10 High and, let's say, Knob Creek. That was like some of our favorite, but no, it's pretty comparable within. There is a step up, but even like I was saying.
But then are we gonna like that?
That we're gonna have to see. But like Old Granddad, to me, has a lot more flavor, and it's not super pricey.
We said that, and it hasn't been around because it's a real bad batch.
All right.
If they were that bad, people wouldn't be buying them, and obviously, people still buy them.
So for the 750 milliliter of Old Tub, it was $25.99 at my store. I've seen it as low as like $23. I think at your store that you go to was $23 and stuff, but.
Nope, I'm not getting a fruit note this time.
You're not?
No.
I was waiting for you to tell me you were. Try it again. Because that's what
it's usually better if I have a sip first.
No, so you and me both. I haven't had anything yet today, so. But even on the first nose, that's exactly what I was getting. I was getting that cherry hit right off the bat. So.
Maybe better now that I got it rolled a little bit.
I will give a shout out. I was watching the Bourbon Junkies the other day, and they were talking about, tasting and stuff like that. And they did say when they were at Old Forester, smell the bottom of the cup, smell the top of the cup, and then each nostril has a different smell, and it really does help when you're trying to get scents coming out of this. So if you're a rookie like me,
and me,
little things like that where you can really do. And then I found on one of the ones the other day, I finally got a cherry note, and now I can pick them out on a lot of them. Let me get a sip.
I'm not really getting a fruit smell. In the barrel.
It's still on my tongue too.
It is.
It's lasting. It's there.
You can, similar to the other bottling bonds, you stepped up from
But it's 100 proof, right?
From
But-
the Irish and the others as well.
I
Although
mean,
it has the heat.
I mean,
Irish has
not
that.
so much, just even the flavor. Like
Yeah.
the flavor sat on my tongue. It had like a nice little.
It's still kind of
I was looking at that too on the
the lines. I did
Well-
see somebody say that.
yeah, the oily texture on it to see if it was how much it was going to coat. This one doesn't really coat the glass a ton when you.
Of course, we might not be doing it right.
No, you can just do it and then it would give you the. No, see how it's a clear. I can see it because of the sun
stays
now.
Kind
No, it's actually just stays solid.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't really roll down.
No. So, see, to me, I'm not getting as much of the heavy caramel and the vanilla. I'm actually getting like the cherry.
I'm getting
Brown
more.
sugar.
I'm getting more like an oats. More like it could be not even a.
I do get that oatmeal, like
Yeah,
the oat. I do
I'm
get that also.
I'm getting that.
But I get the fruit in the front, and then the oats are like.
I was getting good at that too. I don't really. It doesn't really hit me.
If I smell like the top, I get more of the oats, and down below I'm getting like the vibrant, like the fruity, brighter colors, like a brighter smell. When down there, but
Like a bready smell. Is that what you said?
like a brighter, like a
Brighter.
yeah, brighter. Really does have like it's like a cherry. It reminds me of the maraschino cherries. It just got a hit. It's not strong like that other one. It's just got that hint in the front.
Yeah, I don't.
And I'm
I'm
almost
not
getting-
pulling it as much as what I had because I was sipping on King's Creek.
I don't want to say banana bread, but it tastes.
I was
I'm
just gonna
almost
say, I
getting a
just made
cake.
a
Well, see, it almost
zucchini.
that's what it almost reminds me of.
It
When
does
we
have
like
like
a
that-
zucchini
a cake.
bread. Yeah, like that cake, like not a banana because I don't smell the banana
No.
so much yet,
And-
and,
and
it may
zucchini's
come
got a-
out because that's usually you may get the banana bread, but right now I
I'm-
get like the bread,
Yeah,
not so much
it's
a
like
banana.
a batter.
Yeah.
It's more before it's even kind of cooked. It's got like that
Yeah.
batter smell.
Yeah, like
of
if you're gonna lick the beaters or you're gonna lick the thing, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. The you get all them flavors combined in one, but it hasn't cooked yet.
You know, as Julia Child says, if you can't eat the batter, don't cook the cake.
They got a movie coming out with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the story of.
She's
her
the one who
life or
actually
something.
taught me how to cook.
They actually have a thing. She taught a lot of people how to cook. She was a little bit of a wackadoo.
She was.
but
She did like her wine in
she
her
liked her wine.
wines in her.
And a
Sauces
voice to
and
kill
such.
right there with them.
Today,
This actually smells delicious.
it tastes delicious.
It really does.
It goes
I mean-
down nice. It's.
But it
it's-
actually almost tastes like it smells though, because it tastes like light and bright and
Mm.
but it does have like it sits on your tongue for days. This actually has a really good flavor.
The initial you may get like a quick fruit, and then it seems like the yolk. First, I don't get the cake on the way down.
No, you get that in the smell.
It's actually.
I
I'm,
don't so
I'm
much-
gonna stick. I'm gonna kind of even stick more to a batter. I think it's more like a batter smell.
Yeah.
I know you don't really bake, so.
Well, I just made a banana bread. I just made one, so
Yeah.
I do know what you're saying because I just
So I
had
mean,
my
and
head in it.
that would actually have everything. You know that it's got the nutmeg, it's got the cinnamon, it's got the vanilla.
Mm.
So combined, well, lately it was a zucchini, but with cranberries and nuts. I don't really get a nut smell though. Do you? I don't get a nut. And I ground quite.
Well, no, you said nut, and that actually. That's
Maybe
that's what's making me think of the cake like because it's actually I get a little touch of like a cherry smell, but I do get like almost like a ground walnut. It's like an
It's-
incomplete banana bread. It
it's
doesn't have
pretty
like the
funny.
bananas in it
When I was
today.
doing the
but
zucchini bread, I was like, when I crushed all the nuts,
You're smelling them.
and I'm like this. And
I've been smelling everything like a crazy person myself because I'm like I can't not get better. You know what I mean? I have to get better. It's just, but the more I keep, when you do it, and it does make a difference. Actually, why don't you grab real quick for the heck of it? Grab the bean that's right above you.
the regular.
Yep. And I want to see if
You and two.
you want to.
Well,
We can.
don't need to get shortchanged, do we?
No, that's fine. No, and I want to see if it has
Similar in color.
similar characteristics. The more this sits, though, because again, we just cracked this, so the more this sits, the more the banana's coming out, I think. I'm starting to get because because we had that cake-like figure, but now I'm feeling like it's Mars banana bread because it's got a little hint of the banana in there with some cherries. I'm just not getting the chocolate chips.
I'm
Let me go with the.
I'm still with the cake batter myself.
All right,
It's a whole different smell.
yeah, I think I'm getting a glass in this.
And maybe
That's
it's almost.
and
what
I
I'm
washed them
thinking here.
too. I don't get it. Like I hand washed
Does
it,
it?
so
It had like a whole different.
no. All right, we're gonna have to drink a little bit of this one. I know. So to me, drink wise, this is night and day because this does feel refined and
Easier.
like this.
You still get the oak notes, but and obviously not the heat. Not that not that this is hot. It's
No, it drinks. To dip. Well, that's true too. Because what is that? 80 proof. What is being?
I'm assuming
80 probably.
I'm pretty sure.
This one drinks more water-esque.
It
Like
does.
it's a lot easier going
Right.
down. Where this one is more
If you
oily
were
and
just
thicker.
starting, yeah, it's 80.
Yeah. So like it still has good flavors.
It does.
This one's the beam's nuttier to me too. Like I get more of a
I got a
nutty.
huge cake here. I don't still not getting banana or cherry.
Yeah. Either way, they're both actually really good. I had said that before. We were talking about
said this one?
lineup.
This one's nuttier.
No, the Beam. I just was smelling.
That's this one.
No, that's Jim Beam. This is Old Tub.
Right. This is what I have. This is Jim Beam for me.
Correct. Yes. Well, because we have them on opposite sides.
Well,
Because you kept them on the inside was the Jim Beam when you poured it.
I
So
did.
yeah. So I didn't move it because I didn't want to confuse. So mine's on the left, yours is on the right. The Jim Beam that you poured. Yes.
Yeah, we don't have that system down yet.
No. Well, because we didn't move it. I just left it there,
So did I.
and you left it there,
Yeah.
so it's on the inside. So
Maybe a new system.
it really does, and I don't know if it's just because they watered it down in order to get it to the 80 proof. You know what I mean? Where this one carries more flavor,
It does.
more of the. It seems oilier on your tongue. It seems to last longer on your tongue. More flavor, in general.
Yeah.
More flavor.
Waiting.
And this is bottled and bond. So what does it have to be? It has to be aged for at least 4 years, I believe, in a bottled and bond.
I don't think it said on it.
But
I think you might be right though.
I think it is. I think it has to be aged for 4 years. There's a bunch of criteria that it has to be, but I think it has to be aged for a minimum of 4 years. But it does taste like it has, like a more barrel flavors on the end, like in the afternoon. But definitely,
Yeah.
it sits on your tongue better. It
does.
coats it more, gives it more flavor. So I guess it's 6 of one, half a dozen of
and
another.
this
It
one-
depends what you want.
Right.
This one brings a little more heat.
Little heat, but not a it's not a oh my god cramping. It's actually nice. It's nice.
Relatively,
it's a good
it's
flavor.
similar in price, I believe. I want to say Beam was up right around the 25.
Is this a tape one? I'm never gonna see.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
it probably is. It's one of the earlier ones I got. I want to say it was $25.99 or something.
It's like a 5. Oh, it's $29.99. It's a 0.
$20.99.
Yeah.
So $5 more. It's 100 proof instead of the 80. It does bring a lot more flavor though. There is something to that charcoal filter and all that stuff that it does smooth it out.
But it's neat to have.
I like it.
It's neat to have. It's good. I mean, and you could actually even wouldn't be a bad sipper.
No. Well, the good thing is it's
Some
only.
people might actually like this with ice. Just
This
that
this
it
would
is-
actually this would work good with ginger ale or Coke too because it would actually fight through that 100 proof would hold. It
Yeah.
has so much flavor and taste. You could do anything you
that
want with
actually
this
would be
bottle.
funny because, I mean, typically I'll drink Jameson until probably we ever finally do a review with ginger if I'm out, and that would be interesting to see how that. I know it's a difference in whiskey, and one's a bourbon, one's an Irish whiskey, but what would be the change of flavor?
I think this would carry more flavor than Jameson. To me, I'm not going to crap on Jameson because it's been around a dog's age.
And
Everybody loves it. But it's the
Yeah.
same. Jameson to me reminds me of like Jack. You know what I mean? Like everybody's drank Jameson. Everybody's drank Jack. And most people have bad experience with both of them.
off the
You know what I
shelf.
mean? But let's be honest. But to me,
But they keep going back.
Jameson was never one of them ones and again, Dad bought me some and I drank it, but I would never pay for it because to me it was okay, expensive, okay. To me, that's what it reminded me of.
I could say, working with the Irish, we spent a good amount of money on Jameson. So.
Granted, but you're putting it with Coke. I always said that if you're gonna mix something with Coke or ginger ale, then give me the cheapest one.
We weren't
you know
that
what I mean?
smart.
So then that's just my personal opinion. So I would be like, okay, give me High Five and Coke then. So why pay for Jack and Coke when I can get 10 High? Or you know what I mean? That's half the money.
Or any of the other
Any of
cheaper ones that we've
100%.
gone through.
Right. If you're not drinking it straight, it was the same thing. Like,
Especially if you're not even doing it with water.
I always attribute it to vodka or rum. Like, I'm not going to spend money for an expensive vodka if I'm going to stick it with unsweetened grapefruit juice. You're not going to taste it anyways. Give me the Poland Springs vodka for $14.99
or whatever. I don't
or
even
whatever.
know what the high end ones are.
Well, it used to be Absolute, but they have so much better than Absolute now.
They've sailed way
I'm
past
talking
that.
back when we were kids.
That's a low end side now.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one Dad always liked? I mean, Smirnoff's on the backside, but it's
Smirnoff made their money from all the flavors too. They did all the
always
things.
got. They had to have that.
And he still does. He still has the expensive one. I don't know what it is.
And mixes.
I know mine,
mixes
like-
it with like a whole bottle of Tabasco
when he makes his Bloody Marys. Yeah, I know Ma like Patron when she liked her tequila too, and that was like that's expensive too. That's not a cheap tequila.
There's not a lot of cheap tequilas.
No,
Well, they could be. Again, that's not.
that's not.
We didn't research that one.
That ain't my drink either, but I know she liked that one. But overall,
I'm
now
getting a
that
pretty good
this
oak
sat,
in this now too.
no, that's the beam.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one's giving me a nice oak.
It just took a while. We had to babble a little bit. But
It does. It's got to sit in the glass for a little bit. I mean, I'm a big component of that now. It really, the longer it sits in there, they
I
actually
must have
said
to
too.
agree.
And we don't have any challenge coins, but if we ever do, they say if you get a capper for these and you let it sit for like 10 minutes in there and then you open it up, you really get a nice, like the alcohol settles and you get a nice hit of smell. You might have to try that experiment one time. I do have a couple challenge coins just to put it on the top, or get the wooden ones. They do sell wooden ones too to do it, just to see and pour it. I've seen them on Amazon and Walmart.com and stuff. So I don't know if they have them at the. I'm sure they
something
do.
again.
I'm sure they do have it on the thing, but they do say that brings out the smell more. But just letting it sit, because now like this old tub is a boat full of oats. That's what it, definitely
That, but I am now getting
the
like
cherry.
the cherry.
Yeah,
Excuse me. It's the batter.
and there is a tiny little hint of it. Where am I putting it in my head, or is there am I smelling banana in the background? That's it. But I am getting the cherry. I'm telling you, it smells like a bread, just not a banana bread yet. Now I may open this up later on tonight or tomorrow.
It's funny because he'll call or he'll text and say, "You can't believe what I just found."
Because
It's
all
like,
of a sudden,
not drinking that one because I don't have it.
Yeah, a day later, I'm like, hey, no, wait a minute. This all of a sudden popped out. I gotta give him a shout out. We ragged on Jack Daniel's Rye has such a nice cherry flavor. That thing's popping. That's actually a nice drink. I can guzzle that. This is the hardest part of having a collection, is not drinking the whole collection in like a day. I'm trying to keep all the bottles with a little bit in it, but
Till I bring some back and then.
that's
like,
what
a
it's
little
there for. I told you before, we've done good to not kill bottles yet, but don't get me wrong, because when in doubt, I revert back to my 10 high early times. They're all going down quick.
So what was the
Yeah.
one I had? Where the hell did I put it? So see, Bankers Club is.
Oh yeah.
I try to sample something and then I go back to this one because it was
This is
$12.50.
I highly recommend this one if you've never had it. I think this smells delicious.
Even like the
this
whole
tastes delicious.
unfiltered is it's kind of neat.
The whole story about it. I actually love the
And it's
story.
not-
I love
And
everything
initially,
about
I
it.
had like a pretty good oak, but it's not. Now it seems like it's. I'm still not getting like the batter flavor down, but it's
Difference
good,
being,
very
and we've been talking about this for a while. We're not doing a taste test or anything, but when you actually look at it, I would put this here. I think it carried a lot more flavor. I tried some of the Fistful last night.
We should have did that because it's.
We can always do it, but or we can just pass it for now. But eventually,
I might have to agree with you.
I think this carries. You've been drinking Fistful, and I drank it last night. So.
And it's not that this is a hard drinker, but
I think this carries so much more flavor.
And I think this is an oakier flavor more so. And this is actually for 100 proof. I think it's actually an easy drink. Was this 80 or no? That's 100 proof too.
That's 100 too.
So we're still doing apples to apples because
no, it's all around.
Not so much. It's not a huge heat on that one either, and it's not a bad drinker at either. It's just what did you say this one was?
25.
25. So again, for $5 more. I paid 25, but locally here we can get it for like 20, 21.
As I was sipping and doing the things, because I said that too. I think Evan Williams bottle and Bonnie would beat this one.
We talked about that last night, and I said that he asked me which ones do you think.
Yeah.
And I said Evan Williams. There was another Wild Turkey 101. I think could do okay.
I think that would be.
And again,
if we did a whiskey, we might have to do
Kings Creek. You'll have to try that one again. I confiscated the bottle for a couple days, but it was. It's not a bad drinker for like a no name or for.
We might have to take a break of opening bottles and do like a review of like our top. What we would think would like do a little whiskey war.
And then, for now, I would almost shuffle Fistful down and put it there.
That's what I was gonna do. Honestly, I honestly think I think just because we haven't done a battle, I think this deserves a seat on the table for a little while because.
And yes, have we thought of the others? We have, and some of them just get a bad rap. I mean,
we might have to do a top 3, and then take like 4, do a whiskey war, and maybe the winner goes against these, and then see who comes out, or the top 2 go against these and see who comes out or something, just to see.
That'll be a long one.
No, we'll do it. You can do it in a couple videos or something. You know what I mean? But like if we did like a battle of actually do a whiskey war or whatever we want to call it and see. But I think
we'll come up with some kind of a name.
I do think that this one deserves a seat on the table for a little while though, and whether it beats out. See, I tried all of these the other day, a couple days ago, I should say, and I still like these 2. And I'm not saying anything bad about Fistful of Bourbon.
No.
But when I was trying,
it's probably relatively unknown. I mean, if you, I don't even know how far it should be everywhere. I mean, it's coming out of Scotland,
right?
And I would
Depends
say
on
it's
how
everywhere.
Dispersed around, but. I agree.
But it's with Glenlivet or Glenfiddich or one of them too. So they're in like every liquor store from here to Timbuktu. So I would say it's everywhere. It's out there.
I even said that about the regular Jim Beam white label. I had said at one point that would beat it, but that's so much smoother and more refined than water. Like this one coats your tongue. It sits on there for a good minute. It has a nice little finish. Motorcycle going by. He's not going to be happy. But all right. So I say it deserves a seat. We're going to shuffle the other one over for right now. You might notice we're moving bottles around. We're trying to figure out. We had too many. You couldn't see anything. So we're trying to figure out a configuration on how we're going to do this. So
different projects.
You can leave a comment what you think. I didn't like the metal shelf sitting by itself, so I threw some liquor on it instead. And we want to try to put something on here so we can display it a little bit better. But you can leave a comment down below whether you like it, don't like it, whatever it is. But if you notice it's moving around in the next few videos, I did like 3 videos with just the rack on the side of us. I don't like the way that looks, so we're trying something new. So
and those that have left comments on what we should try, we are looking for them. It's not as easy as it was because that was one of them that you had said.
Well, hopefully if I do find the bottle we were talking about, we're gonna put that out before this one even probably comes out. But
okay,
you know what I mean. We're gonna slide that one in. But either than that, leave your comments down below. We're going to try to get to everything everyone says anyways. I mean, if you know of a cheaper side whiskey, bourbon, whatever the above.
Yeah, we're not going to jump to $1,000 bottle tomorrow.
No. In fact, there's so many. I can't believe how many. We've barely hit the 30s.
And there's still plenty.
That's what I'm saying.
There's still plenty of handles.
My liquor
under 20, really.
Well, those are the
ones.
Yet. Right. I didn't I drank the plastic bottles. You really didn't drink the plastic bottles. I drank all of them, and we are going to get to some that. Thank you for your suggestion on them because I haven't drank them in a million years. So I'm not proud. I will get them because those will be my daily sipper, and I will be able to keep some of the good ones. I'll take a sip of them and go with the other ones for a while. But that's the problem with drinking all these different varieties. You start going. do I really want to drink that one, or this one is a lot better? You know what I mean? Like even once I've gone back
or even back to back, like if like you just grab an Irish and you have that
And
for a
switch
little
up.
bit,
Yep.
and then you switch over to a bourbon or you switch over to a whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're day and night, but you get different things out of them.
And when you drink one right after another, all of a sudden you're like, "Ooh, I smell this that I didn't get."
Right.
This.
Or
Ooh, I
it's,
taste
or
this.
this is
that I
way
didn't get."
spicier.
Yeah.
This is kind of this
Yeah.
is an oak. This is a spice.
Yeah, because I went on a little rye ride over there. We had 3 ryes, and the 101 was delicious. And then I went to the riverboat, and I was like, "Well, that's really good too. Totally different, higher in
I forgot
spice."
the riverboat actually.
And then all of a sudden, I was like,
That's only
"Oh."
80, right?
I don't remember proof wise, but it's a high rye, so it drinks hotter than what it is, anyways. But overall, we're having fun. We hope you enjoy it. We babbled enough, so there you go. Old Tub. It's gonna make a seat over here.
I
Probably
think so.
put it in third for right now because it's really good.
It is
I'm
very
liking
good.
it. So
Yep.
there you go. We'll stop it at that. Spend less, drink more. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.